This is Charlene. This song is called Wow. I'm sure it's copywritten.
Mich macht ja selten etwas wirklich sprachlos. Hab alles ausprobiert und viel erlebt. Und auch wenn ich mich gern verknall, mich hab noch.
I want to play more second to it. You can type in Charlene Wow and it'll come up if you want to watch it. It's all German. First one of her songs I remember listening to was Nordu. And that's been gotta be 4 or 5 years ago. Nordu, Only You. That thing I'm going to cover. Just watch it. I didn't watch the video. I just saw the video here on YouTube. It was a old tube type, like an AM radio. I remember tons of those things. I remember as a kid. I don't remember how many of those things. I installed all the resistors and capacitors out of those things, and just take them apart for the fun of it. And I was a kid, maybe 10, 12 years old, something like that. And I hate to think what those things be worth today, restored and working. All the ones I tore up, they were pretty common back when I was a kid. I mean, transistors had pretty much taken over, but there's still a lot of old tube stuff hanging around. Remember, we still had like a big color set with about 40 vacuum tubes in there. Those are still pretty common now back late 60s, early 70s. Restored and working right now, they're worth a fortune. You get that. I've got 2 shortwave radios that sometime I'm gonna go through them, restore, at least replace the paper capacitors in there. Sometime I need to go through there and get them working, because I'm not, I wouldn't sell them, but just restore them just to have a working tube type shortwave receiver. Let's see, I was going to cover, trying to think what else I can cover. I'll save it for another video, I suppose. And the difference between Linux and Windows. Now I see how I for these videos, which is better, Linux or Windows. Now a lot really depends upon what you're doing with it. Now if you're a gamer, probably better stick with Windows. Most of the games I've seen on Linux, kind of suck. There are some Linux distros specifically written for gamers, so there may be some halfway decent games written to run on Linux. Like Frozen Bubble. There's some card games that aren't too bad. If you're a techie like me, you've been running Linux for many years. Okay. If anybody's curious, watch some of the how-to videos on how to switch to Linux. And if you want a recommendation on a distro, go with Linux Mint. Works fine, easy to use, close enough to Windows that you can figure it out pretty easy. And tons of software. There are lots of games, but they kind of suck. Bye-bye.